Well, greetings, people of the internet. Unky Joe here, Unky Joe's Playhouse. Today, let's go get wet together. I'm talking, of course, about my pool. All right. So, just so you know what happened over the winter, I had a pool pump fail. Actually, it didn't fail. It got full of ants because I didn't notice they were in there, and they got into the. I thought it was just the start capacitor had gone bad on the motor, but as I opened it up this season and looked, it was full of ants. I got all the ants out of there, but evidently they got into the windings of the motor and shorted it out. So, as a consequence, I've ended up having to buy a new pool pump. Yeah, it's just endless. Pools are an endless money pit. I just want you to be aware of that. So, be prepared if you get a pool. And this pool doesn't require a lot of time. But if you let your maintenance lag, or say, for example, your pool pump goes out, it makes it real hard to keep the pool maintained. That and the fact that we didn't get a pool cover again this year. We didn't want to spend the money. The pool pump was out. So, of course, leaves got in there. When the leaves break down, algae forms. It gives the algae food to eat. And we had an algae bloom. And we had a very green pool this year when we went to open it. So no big deal. I've dealt with a green pool before. Now, typically I just use, I get my pool started with the little chlorine pucks, the 3-inch pucks. You can't use them for very long because they'll build up they have a chemical in them called cyanuric acid, and basically it's sunscreen for the chlorine. But if you use the pucks for too long, they'll build up, your CYA will get too high, and then your chlorine's not effective anymore. But I had a bucket of pucks left over, so I threw them in the pool, and just to get some chlorine in there. And then I had 12 jugs. I had 12 gallons of chlorine, bleach, basically, 10% solution left over from last year. So I started treating the pool with the bleach once I got the pump replaced on the pool. So I got most of the algae killed and whatnot, but I still needed to get in there and get leaves and whatnot off the bottom of the pool so that the algae can't continue to grow. So we went to buy some more chlorine this year, and I don't know if you've seen the price of chlorine, but a bucket about this big by this long, a square bucket, is about $159 for chlorine pucks. It's outrageous. The gallon jugs of chlorine that I normally buy last year were $2 and some odd cents a gallon. Now they're $4.29 a gallon. So they've effectively almost tripled in price. So a box went from being, let's see, 2 times 5, $8 or $9 to $17. So, and our pool, during the summer we get a lot of heat and we get a lot of sun. So our pool goes through a lot of chlorine. So we made the decision this year to go ahead and to convert our pool over to salt water. And basically you dump a bunch of salt in here. In my case, it was about 6 40-pound bags of salt. So about 240 pounds of salt you put into that pool, you let it dissolve. And then what happens is you buy a little device called an SWG, saltwater generator. And it takes the sodium chloride, remember your chemistry, and breaks it apart and creates free chlorine ions. And those are what you use as a sanitation agent in the pool. So you're not really converting from a chlorine pool. You're just basically making your own chlorine. So that's what we've done this year. So that's what this video is all about. I'm going to take you out there and show you the pump and the pool, the status of the pool and whatnot. And then we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more about it. yeah, today's video is all about being outside, and because the weather's turned out really nice. Hopefully you can hear me and the wind is not too brutal. So yeah, we've been doing some work in the backyard, and taking on a tour here, and my spouse is quite proud of his flower collection. He got some petunias and morning glories and some whole bunch of flowers and stuff going on. This is our little area here for our this is where our live oak is. The tree's gotten big. It's about 20 years old. And then he also planted this over here. And yeah, some of the plants are dying off, some are doing well. There's a rose bush in here, a little gnome, that kind of thing. And he just wanted to build a pretty planter box. The main reason we're out here today is to look at the pool. And right now, so today is what, May the 19th or 20th, and the pool is still green, as you can see. But I did get in here last night and actually did some sweeping and cleaning and scrubbing and getting all the algae off of everything. Again, we got the same problem this year we had last year, and that is the availability of chlorine. The other problem we had was this pipe right here from my fountain froze and broke, so I've got to fix that. But the bigger problem we had was this pump got full of ants and needed to be replaced. Well, it got full of ants and it shorted out, so I thought it was just the capacitor. I tried to replace it, but it turned out it was the they got into the windings and damaged it. So I got a new pump on here, and it's working fine. It's just a 1.5 horsepower pump for a pool, and it's a Harris pump, I think it is, and you can see it's working fine. So I've gone back, instead of using hard plumbing, I've gone back to just using the hoses for now, because the goal is to get this pool cleaned. So within a day or two, the water will clear up, and we've got a good balance of chlorine in here. But we made the decision this year to go ahead and switch over to a salt pool. Now, there's a bit of a misnomer. It's not really. What you do is you add salt to the pool. So I've lugged so far 6 of those bags back here to the pool, and that's each one of those bags is about 40 pounds. So I've lugged about 6 bags and put it into the pool and got the salt level high enough to where now we can use what's called a saltwater chlorine generator. And that's what this device is. So this device, you take the output from your filter, and it comes into this device, and it goes through these plates, and then it magically, with the power of electricity, converts the salt, breaks it apart, and takes the chlorine out of the salt, sodium chloride, and puts the sodium or the chlorine back into the pool. So that's what this device here does, and it's it's a fancy schmancy device, but it was about a $300 device. So this will be providing all the chlorination, the sanitation for the pool. Now, because of the state that the pool is in, I still have had to shock it with bleach and to get the chlorine level up. And then once I do kill all the algae in here, then this device will maintain the chlorine levels in the pool. And we have a special guest here today, and her name is Maddie May, and she's doing, oh my goodness, she's going potty. I wonder if YouTube will allow this. What are you doing, baby girl? What are you doing? You gonna go poo-poo? All right, you go on. The other thing I bought for this was, because this pump came with no switch, I got this device. It's made by Casa, and this also connects to my home automation stuff. So with my Amazon Alexa and my Google stuff, and my phone, I can set a timer for this, and it'll turn the pool pump on and off on a schedule or when I tell it to, and also the chlorination device. So one little problem we noticed this year is that there is a small buckle in the pool wall right here. And what that means is the ground is probably lifted under here because when it rains and when it's dry, the ground out here heaves and to and fro, and so it raised that panel a little bit. It's nothing to panic about. So once the rains come back again, it should be good. And now it's just a matter of time of waiting for it to finish filtering all the debris out of the water. And as you can see, I've got a huge sand filter, but you know, sand filters are not real efficient at filtering out really small particles out of a pool, so it takes a long time. And hey, do you mind? You crazy with that one? Hey, did you get my camera wet? That's what I'm married to. So anyway, yeah. And we'll once we get the pool clean, then I'll hook the little fountain back up, and we'll have that running, and we'll have nice fountainy water. So the other thing I wanted to share with you is what I'm using. As you know, I'm dabbling in home automation here at Unky Joe's Playhouse, and I've kind of settled on a standard or a product that I'm going to use, and I don't want to give too much away yet because I'm going to do another video on home automation now that I've made the decision. But what I've decided to go with is I'm a big fan of TP-Link products, and especially their smart products that work with Alexa and with Google. And so this is what I'm using out at the pool, and this is a Casa Smart Wi-Fi outdoor plug. And it's rated for 15 amps, so it's fine with my pool pump. And it's a dual plug, and each plug is programmable separately. So on one of the plugs, I have my pump, so I can put that on a timer, and it'll turn on and off on its own. And then the other plug, I plug my saltwater chlorine generator in. So that allows me to put them on a schedule and turn them on and off automatically. Now, in hindsight, it would be much easier on me if I would just maintain the pool. And I typically try to maintain the pool, but stuff comes along. You know, you have unexpected expenses in your home, and suddenly you can't afford to buy chlorine anymore, or the pump goes out and you don't have the funds available to replace it. You know, shit happens in life. I mean, that pump alone was $200. The chlorine generator was another $300. So there's $500 into that pool. Then plus, you know, $17 for a box of chlorine, and I've bought, you know, 2 or 3 of those now. Plus the test kits, but you know, it just adds up. So don't think you're going to get a pool and you're going to pay that upfront expense and you're going to have a happy pool life after that. No, you're not. Now, the pool requires very little maintenance once you keep it at the right levels. So, and maybe moving forward, I'll share my pool maintenance schedule with you. But I just wanted to share with you that we got outside, we got some fresh air, and got our pool up and running. And yeah, I'll keep you posted about the maintenance on it. So anyway, we hope you found the video entertaining and informative, if nothing else. Please give us a thumbs up down below if you liked the video. Leave your comments in the comments section. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And click that little notification bell to be notified of new videos when they come out. Donate if you're so inclined. PayPal, Patreon, and the YouTube join function. Join us over on Discord. We do like usually a Saturday afternoon chat. So if you're a Patreon supporter, you automatically get into that. You get access to our Discord server in the after party section. So look for us there. Information about our Discord is in our About section. Or you can go to our website at Unky Joe's Playhouse. That's with a K, UNKY, joesplayhouse.com. And a link to all of our social media sites are there, Twitter, Discord, everything else. So hopefully you will come back and see us again. And don't forget, we'll see all of you on the other side.